What's up? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Let's get down to the situation. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video, y'all. So let's get down to the Diddy trial. Let's get down to the Diddy case. Let's get down to the Diddy verdict, what he was found guilty of and what he was found not guilty of. So Diddy could actually be on his way home because Diddy's attorneys are asking that Diddy be set free and actually get bail. So they're requesting the judge to make a decision on this. And when it comes to the prosecution, they want Diddy to stay behind bars until he is sentenced. Okay, so there is a whole lot going on. Some people believe this is a victory for Diddy. Some people believe like it is what it is. But let's talk about it. Count one. Racketeering conspiracy. Diddy has been found not guilty. And if he was found guilty, it would have been a maximum life in prison. So that is a win for him all the way around and a win for his family. But it's not a win for the victims. And let's talk about Diddy being charged with count 2 of trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion pertaining to victim number 1, Cassie. And he has been found not guilty on count number 2. So basically, he has been found not guilty of count number 2. OMG. And if he was found guilty, it would have been a maximum of 15 years, maximum life in prison. But he has been found not guilty. These are, if he was charged with these particular charges, he would be in prison for the rest of his life. There's no question about it. But he has been found not guilty of 2 of the most important charges on him, due to the Fed. So this is, like, wow. So the jury really felt like, I guess the prosecution didn't prove their case, or they read between the lines and felt some other things. But in any event, let's move on to count 3. Diddy, count 3, transporting to engage in prostitution pertaining to victim 1, Cassie, and commercial workers. He has been found guilty. And the maximum penalty for that could be a maximum of 10 years. So he can get charged with the whole 10 years for count 3 for transporting and engaging in prostitution pertaining to Cassie. He can get 10, he can get 5 years. It's all pertaining to the judge, but he's actually going to not spend the rest of his life in prison because he could have been convicted of the high counts like racketeering and conspiracy and trafficking, and he would have been going forever. That he wouldn't leave there unless he was in a wooden box. But in any event, so he's been found guilty of count 3. Then we have count 4. Trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion pertaining to victim number 2, Jane Doe, which people believe is 50 Cent's baby mama, and things of that nature. So he has been found not guilty of count 4 when it comes to Jane Doe. And if he was found guilty, the potential sentence could be 15 years maximum life in prison. So that's another win for him and his family. It's not a win for the victims, but in any event, he dodged a huge bullet. 5 years, 1 week, 2 days is too much for me, you know what I mean? But for what he's being charged with and what the prosecution team proved and what the jurors believe, they convicted him on the things, not the crimes that can actually put him in prison for the rest of his life. So when it comes to count 4, he has been found not guilty. And let's talk about count number 5. Diddy was really convicted of the lesser charges. But let's get to count number 5. Transporting to engage in prostitution pertaining to victim number 2, Jane Doe, and commercial worker. He has been found guilty. And the maximum penalty for that sentence could be 10 years. So Diddy could possibly, get 10 years. He can possibly get 5 years. He can possibly get 4 years with time served. Who knows what the judge is going to sentence for Diddy at this time and point. But he has basically been convicted of the lesser charges where he won't spend the rest of his life in prison. So guaranteed this is the best win that he could, come across at this time and point, because it was looking like Diddy was going to be behind bars for the rest of his life, and he was going to be convicted of these charges because the public totally, you know, called out Diddy for everything they can call him out. Down to this whole situation, let's just talk about the count. So count one, racketeering conspiracy, not guilty. Count two, S trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion pertaining to victim number one, not guilty. Count number three, transporting to engage in prostitution pertaining to victim number one, Cassie, and commercial S workers, he's been found guilty. Okay, and let's talk about count number four, S trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion pertaining to victim number two, Jane Doe. He's been found not guilty. And then count number five, transporting to engage in prostitution pertaining to victim number two, Jane Doe, and commercial S workers. He's been found guilty. So we shall see what's going to go down with this whole situation when it comes to Diddy. Is he actually going to get out? Is he going to be released from prison today? Because his lawyers are asking for him to have bail and go to Miami and try to be quiet and peaceful out there. But in any event, when it comes down to Young Miami, right after the verdict was rendered to the public, Young Miami jumped on social media, and basically she was, you know, posting something in support of Diddy. So people are believing Young Miami can't wait to turn up with Diddy. And basically she got, you know, her Papa Bear back in her building. Who knows? But in any event, Diddy's definitely going to do some time. It's just how much time he's going to do, that's going to be left up to the judge, and we'll see how the judge feels. Does he agree with the jury? Does he disagree with the jury? We shall see if Diddy is going to be released on bail, because prosecution wants Diddy behind bars until he is sentenced. So they don't want to let him go. But when they say, when it comes down to the feds, you know, they have like a 99%, 98%, 97% of winning their cases. But in this case, you know, the major charges, the charges that have the, you know, longer, lengthier sentence, you know, he's been found not guilty of conspiracy and S trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion pertaining to victim number one and victim number two. So I guess the feds wasn't able to convince the jury that this is actually what was going on. So they didn't believe that it was a racketeering or conspiracy type of case. They probably believed that they was all on drugs, doing all types of crazy stuff to get by, to get through, and they was living out their fantasies. And maybe there was some buyer's remorse in the situation. Maybe there was some jealousy, but the jury didn't, you know, convict him on the heavier, light possible sentence at all. So they convicted him on transporting and engaging and, you know, prostitution. So that's a whole situation. So we shall see if there is going to be a comeback for Diddy? Is Diddy going to live his life out loud? Is he still going to have his parties when he's released? Or is he just going to look at this as a second chance and do better? So we shall see what's going to happen. But victims, they got a possible win, and, you know, but Cassie got the ultimate win, because she got to, you know, be out here in these streets, say what she was doing, how she was doing it, when she was doing it, and, you know, getting 20 million from Diddy, and then getting 10 million from the hotel where she was attacked. You know, she won. She got paid for what had happened to her. And then Diddy's gonna do time. So all the way around, she won.